really quick, while I have you. Philo, have you heard about it? Oh, it's the best. They're giving you 25% off 2 months of Hallmark, Lifetime, Up, GAC, the sorts. The movies we're talking about? Philo. 25% off. Philo.tv/DTH. Don't let this pass you by. Philo.tv/DTH. Here's the episode. This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Brian, and the word is in. 100 people out of 100 know that I'm Brian and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow you on that. I can't.
Do it now. He has made our bed and we must lie in it.
Hey, I'm Panda. Votes are in. After all the tallies have been counted, people all agree that I am Panda and I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and they just finished the votes. 100 out of 100 people think this is the worst intro we've ever done.
Okay.
But also that I'm Dan and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
I just think if you guys just roll with it, it hits.
I don't think that hits under any
No,
circumstance.
it hits. You just gotta.
You went out. To
You
100
did
out of
not.
100,
You
just-
did not
and
know where to
then went
go with
back
it.
to I'm Brand.
Listen.
It was over.
Buddy,
No,
I want
You
to
just
help you.
gotta roll.
Yeah.
You guys just gotta roll because it hits if you roll.
If you roll.
That's exactly right.
That's what I learned
You
today.
roll. It hits
Hits
if you roll. Guys, it's Tuesday, and we're here today to talk about a very merry bridesmaid.
Oh, thank God.
Man, nowhere else I'd rather be.
That's exactly right. Aside from that Greenville.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we are in that Greenville.
I
I
know.
know. We record in downtown, so we get to be in
Right, but what
that
I'm
Greenville and here recording.
Yeah.
It's
Very
like
Merry
a double. It's like a double thumbs up on a cold day.
Dude, a double thumbs up on a cold day. You can't beat it.
Mm-mm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Hey, you guys ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Hey. Man, if somebody turned that into a GIF, I don't know what we're
That's
doing.
good. That's good.
Man.
Man, the votes are in, boys, and
Stop it.
100 out of 100 people
Stop it.
think that Universal Yums is the best snacks.
Oh, and they
No,
would
that
be
is
right.
true.
All
Yeah.
100 would be right.
And that's all the people in the world.
That's
100.
exactly
we
right.
can't go higher
That's
than
100
100
people.
We're just Family Feud surveyors. That's all we do.
That's all we do.
Top one answer on the board.
Universal Yums.
Yeah.
All right.
Universal Yums is also giving everybody up to $30 off. So,
Wow.
with
And the
promo code
holiday
Hallmark.
box. I mean, and your gift giving's done for the year. I mean, what else are we
forget
doing?
about it. The promo code is Hallmark.
Pick up that and I'll be home for Christmas movies. What else do you need?
You're in it.
Just get Philo, sit back on the couch and watch TV. You're done.
You mentioned Philo. The whole season's brought to you by Philo.
It's unbelievable.
Philo.tv/DTH.
Man.
25% off 2 months.
I can feel it
So
in the air. Christmas is around the corner.
we've got
Yeah.
like everything ready for you. It's just a matter of if you're going to do the right thing or the wrong thing.
Hey,
made it
listen,
so easy.
listen to me. Listen. The choice is yours. Are you going to capture it?
Just let it slip.
Snacks are ready. My tummy's rumbling. Let's get it.
Lil M.
On the track.
All right, guys. I love pizza, I love snacks, but most of all, I'm dropping a track. Right here, I've got all the beats, and they're really, really gonna be sweet. Yums. Love the yums. Gotta get those yums. Yummy.
Rick Dilby.
Oh, yeah. Little M. Welcome to it. To the show. Here we go. Here we go. Talk about yums. Talk about gums. Get it in my mouth. Chew it up. Yum, yum. Give me that snack box from around the world. I got me all kinds of girls. Trace, no worry. I'm not jealous. Gonna be.
Bye.
Man, I can't believe you got to play that track.
Man.
It's not even out yet.
What's wild is Eminem license Lose Yourself. And we, for a Universal Yums ad, and we said no.
Right.
We'll start it that way and then go into New M or Little New M. You said Little M.
Okay.
I think you combined New M.
Well, to
Little,
be fair, he's been adopting the
who was the
moniker
second-
Lil New M.
Who was the second grade rapper from Take Day Off? You combine those two
Sure.
people. I don't remember who that is. Little something, little bitsy.
Little
You can
bits.
buy little bitsy and New M is what
Yeah.
you did.
Yep.
And then Rick jumped in there on the M for a few bars, which is wild. I do think New M.
I didn't know they knew each other.
New M got progressively more raspy.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
Like that is a take. I
Yeah.
really wanted to hear another verse. We don't have it.
No,
I
we
wanted to
don't.
hear another verse.
Rig, how'd you and
Because-
Young M get hooked up?
Oh, we're on the same bowling team.
Really?
Yeah.
How young is Young M? What's his age?
He's like 58.
Wow.
Yeah, he's an older guy,
So-
just got a higher register.
Is he older than M?
Yeah, he's older than him. Yeah, he's New M. He's not Little M. He's New M.
That's
You
true.
called him Little M.
that's
No,
not
you just
more.
called him Young M.
Young M. Yeah, no, Young M's not a thing.
Young M's not.
Oh.
New
Oh,
M
no.
New M.
is not a new person.
Yeah, we play down at Paris Sperry's.
What is it?
Paris Sperry's.
Pair of Sperry's?
Yes,
Like the
yeah.
shoes?
You got to wear Sperry's, but you roll and Sperry's worth more than a strike.
Yeah.
If you knock them all down at once, that's a no-go.
What is that worth if you knock them all down?
It's worth 10.
Okay.
What's the spare worth? Ask me.
What's a spare word?
My pants.
So 11?
11.
Yeah.
2 legs. 1, 11.
Yeah, I know.
You got it.
I got it.
You didn't need me to.
I
get
didn't need
there.
you. I got it.
I think Panda may have though.
Yeah. Panda's dumb as rocks.
Paris Sperry's.
I'm sorry. I forgot you were here. That's not
Smoking
No, it's
still
okay.
allowed indoors. Paris Sperry's.
All right. Where is that place?
It's off of Rutherford.
Rutherford. Man, that could get dangerous real quick, that word. Boy, forget about that. You guys ready to dive into a very merry bridesmaid?
I hope we do.
Further down Rutherford than you think. It's
Uh,
pretty down further.
How further down is it?
Further.
So go to where you think it ends. and
Further.
Wow.
Originally aired on December 4th and went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with little Leah. It's every time. A heavy emphasis by her grandma about how big of a birthday 30 is.
30th. How big of a birthday 30th?
What is
You want to just start over,
No,
champ?
because 30th is
How big of a birthday 30th? You said that like you were shot out of a cannon.
I wonder where this movie's going to pick up. Well, it's time for Leia's 30th birthday.
There it is.
Her birthday is Christmas Eve, and it's also the day that her brother is going to get married. So there's a lot going on. Things are off to a bad start when the bride's dress gets lost by the airline. Leah ends up bumping into her brother's best man. I think he's the best man, or just
Yes.
like, yeah, okay. Also a childhood crush. His name's Drew, and they catch up. The next morning, Paul tells his family some big news. He bought a house for his fiance. They're barely supportive. But he wants to have the wedding at the house, which also happens to be her childhood house, so that's a little bit better. And they agree to chip in. Drew is worried that Leia's family is going to forget about her birthday because the 30th, it's a big birthday. So Drew and Leia start hanging out and doing wedding stuff together, like picking flowers and gazebo repairs. And Drew works in some fun birthday stuff like horse and carriage rides. Turns out that Drew is trying to sell his childhood home and might move somewhere. They're hanging out a lot, and they find themselves under a mistletoe, and they kiss and then instantly regrets it. Leia used to travel a ton, but stopped doing that because her dad had a heart attack, and she's wanted to stick around just to make sure that he's good. He's better now, and she decides that she wants to spend some time in Lima, Peru. Drew tells Leia's brother that he had a crush on his sister, and he's like, man, that's the best thing I've heard today, aside from my wife saying I do. So normal response. At the reception, they all say nice birthday things to Leia, and they gift her with Sky Miles, a girl's dream. Afterwards, Leia and Drew meet up at the gazebo that they worked on together, and she tells him that she's moving, and he's like, well, I'm not selling. I want to be where you are because it was always you, and we can travel together, and then we'll always come back here. And they kiss, And then the backs show up. And that, my friends, was a very merry bridesmaid.
Did it. A couple of quick corrections from the Facebook group.
How? That was the shortest thing in the
Yeah,
world.
but you didn't do great.
It wasn't her grandma. It was Drew's grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was she hanging out with Drew's grandma at the beginning of the movie?
Because she went over She went over from her house over to Drew's house because her brother was over there,
and she used to play with them. And she's like, all of a sudden they're 12. They don't want to play with me anymore.
Exactly. That was not her grandma.
Oh, I totally thought she was talking to her grandma.
And then this says she never traveled. She just wanted to. So she never got a chance to travel.
She literally comes back from a trip because her dad had a heart attack.
Yeah, but she never.
That was her only trip.
That was her only trip.
She went once, but then after that,
she didn't even get all the way there because she was on the plane flying over there. She never got a chance to travel.
Yeah,
you can literally traveling.
Beth Ann McGraw Smith, a resident heckler for this.
I think both of those things are nitpicky.
The grandma one is not. The travel one is.
I do. Why
That's my final ruling.
Why'd they go with Drew's grandma there?
Because she's selling the house.
Yeah, I understand that, but why? Like, why?
Because he's selling the house across the street from her parents.
I understand.
Plot.
So
but
they didn't need to be the movie.
No, it didn't need to be. She didn't need to have that conversation with his grandma at the beginning for him to sell the house to have meaning.
No, but it sets up two things. First of all, it sets up
30th birthday.
It sets up the 30th birthday.
Right, but what I'm saying is, why couldn't
the brothers? But it also sets up that
why he's back in town.
Why he's back in town?
He's not from there. He's back. I mean, he's not living there. He's back in town.
And that she has a connection to the house as
well.
Yeah,
but I think my point is, I clearly didn't know that, and I didn't have a single problem with him. So like. That all made sense to me, regardless of the grandma.
It was probably unnecessary, but
I just didn't think that
backstory.
I just didn't think that conversation with the grandma would be with another person's grandma. Didn't see it coming.
Well,
how many grandmas do you talk to?
I chat up all the grandmas.
I don't know if you know that. That is his wheelhouse.
That is his wheelhouse. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down with 4 segments. Here on deck,
the
Hallmark.
Man, we nailed it.
Ah, man, it's the holiday season. We are past Thanksgiving.
We're getting
season.
Closer.
The holiday season.
Loop-de-loop.
And bippity-boop.
Don't forget to
hang up your scoops. And
what's the product?
What's the product?
BetterHelp.
Don't forget to get some BetterHelp.
Yeah, that works. And hang up your scoops. I think that's the important thing. We're past Thanksgiving. We're heading towards Christmas. And I think this is the ideal time to begin talking with a licensed professional about what's going on in your life. Maybe you've thought about it for a long time and you haven't jumped into therapy. Now is the time to do that. There's a lot going on. The holiday seasons, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, and BetterHelp is here to do that. It's not just me telling you to do this. Over 2 million people have used BetterHelp to change their mental health for the better with an experienced professional. And you can go to betterhelp.com/Hallmark. That's betterhelp.com/Hallmark to get 10% off your first month. So go to betterhelp.com/Hallmark to begin getting help and talking to a licensed professional today. Today's episode is also brought to you by Noom.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Go on and Noom, come on and Noom, come on and Noom, come on and Noom, come on and Noom. Guys, you guys know Noom.
I do.
I mean, I helped make you.
You sick of diets that don't work? Fads, because you can't keep that weight off.
I hate fads.
It's like if you do this, this, and this. Noom doesn't treat food like it's bad or good.
Right.
It treats it as you should have it, and you should have it in moderation. And so if you want to have that snack, have that snack.
But it also helps address a lot of the psychological
That's
issues
right.
that we can have.
You're a big Noom boy.
I love Noom. Absolutely love Noom. Helped me lose a significant amount of weight. And one of the things is it takes a lot of the pressure and the stress off of you. It helps you develop really good habits. I absolutely am a huge fan of Noom.
And here's the good news, everybody. You can start your trial today by going to Noom.com/deck. That is NOOM.com/deck to start building better habits for a healthier long-term result. That is Noom.com/deck. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about a very merry bridesmaid.
Facebook group coming for you, Brandon.
Yeah.
What about what?
Coming for you. The travel is a big deal. They're telling you it's a big deal. It's not nitpicking.
Okay.
A lot going on. And then apparently in that synopsis, I didn't hear this, But according to Lisa, you said she used to travel a lot.
Okay.
And
That's fair.
That's
Yeah,
not
I was
accurate.
totally under impression she traveled a lot, so that's on me.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, it happens to the best.
It
of us.
was. I will say it was unclear until later on. It was not initially clear because I too was under that impression until
And then
a
later on, she tells
conversation
this story about
right.
how she didn't travel at all because
Right.
of the dad, and she went on her first
Yes,
one. And she
I was
came
under the
back.
impression she traveled a lot, hasn't
then her
traveled since
dad-
because
yeah.
of her dad's heart
Right.
attack.
That's fair. No,
Because she came back.
that's
from-
it's an easy mistake to make.
If you want to be a part of correcting us in real time, like you hear me sometimes up here, you just really want to correct me in real time. There's one way to do that. Bramble Jam Plus.
Oh, boy.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Oh boy.
You go to Bramble Jam Plus, join the Hallmark Plus. You can watch us record these live.
Yep.
Don't wait for them to drop during the week. We record them all live.
And you get a gavel.
You get a
And
gavel
back
every
to
week.
Bayside. That's the
You
only
do
way
a
to get
gavel
it.
or Bayside every week.
It's the only way to
Come
do
on.
it.
Stickers?
Let's dive into it.
Whole
Yeah,
bit.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Stickers?
You get stickers.
Sheesh. Like
Come
just like random stickers, like Paw Patrol.
I
stickers?
think we used to give a Bramble Jam network and a Deck the Hallmark. I know you still get a
No
Deck the Hallmark
cartoons
sticker.
though.
What if they got saved? We have
Ooh,
those.
I love those.
We have a Yabba Dabba Dooya sticker. It's on back.
If we don't, we should.
Bullwinkle Booyah.
It's
We got that
time
one,
for the hot take.
Mm.
It is where we share the. Oh my gosh, this is that. Can I touch this? Because this feels dangerous.
This
That's
is
how hot the takes
spicy.
are. Panda, kick us off, pal.
So I have a lot of thoughts about this movie, like
Okay.
more than I probably should for a movie that's typically going to fall probably in the middle of the pack. And let me go ahead and get this out of the way. This is not the worst movie we've seen this year. It is not good either. It is a relatively boring movie, in my opinion, and it is a shame that it has been juxtaposed next to 8 Gifts of Hanukkah. They share a lot of similarities.
It's the same movie.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. But I have more thoughts on it than just me saying it's a middle of the pack, like more than I should, because Emily Osment is in this movie, and I really like her overall. I've seen a lot of the shows she's in. I'm not just talking Hannah Montana. I've seen some of the ones that she's done as
For
an adult.
one-
For you to say that seriously. Is
For once, you're not
really-
just talking about Hannah
For
Montana.
once,
I've
I'm
seen
not
all the
just talking-
shows she's been in. And
Yeah.
look, I'm not just talking Hannah Montana.
She plays a lot of goofy roles in her TV show. She does over the top, really egregious, or like just really in your face, over the top comedy, a lot of slapstick almost.
Yeah.
And it, for me, it's not really my thing when she does that. It's fine. Sometimes it's really funny. But here she doesn't do that. This is by far the most serious role I've seen her play in on a TV, either movie or TV show.
Well, this and her other one, Winter Wonderland.
But even in Winter Wonderland, there was a more goofy element to it. She had still these very big motions. Like this is a much more.
We got a goofy GIF out of that.
We got a goofy GIF out of it. This is a much more subtle performance. And here's what I think why this movie lands for me. She is constantly shown in this movie as somebody who has been sidelined. It feels like she's been ignored. She's constantly deferred her own dreams. And her body language in this movie is really, really, really well done. If you notice, she doesn't make a lot of eye contact with the characters when she's even talking with them. Her eyes are constantly darting around. She almost like scrunches herself up. And as the movie goes along, you start seeing her make more direct eye contact with the character. She grows as a person. And so for me, this is actually a pretty impressive performance for her. She is adorable in this movie. I really liked her. It's unfortunate, though, that the rest of the movie is relatively boring. And I just don't think she gets the best lead actor to draw that out from her. I wasn't a huge fan of him. He was fine. But I think what she does in this movie is really impressive, especially compared to some of the other things she does. It's a much more nuanced performance. So I liked it.
It wasn't just Hannah Montana though this time.
I've seen all of the shows she's in. I mean, not just Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear,
Hannah Montana's a bop.
I watch on a loop.
On a loop regularly. I mean, I
It's
do
so
not
good.
just Hannah Montana.
It's not just Hannah Montana.
I watch Hannah Montana
It's wild.
religiously, but I watch
what
other
Miley
Osmonds.
Cyrus does in
Yeah.
Hannah Montana. I dare you to
I mean,
try.
2 different
you
roles.
could not.
Vanessa
do
Hudgens
it.
wishes
Wishes.
that her
Wait,
princess would.
now we've gone from the sublime to the ridiculous.
I feel like I may have let my card slip a little bit with my
Let your card slip.
with my synopsis. It could be that
That's gotta
everyone
be a
has
mixed metaphor there,
that
right?
everyone has seen
Let
my
my
cards,
cards
and my
slip.
cards
I may have
say
showed my hand. Let my guard slip.
No, let me talk.
Okay, go for
I think I let my card slip
it.
with my synopsis. I think while I was doing my synopsis and I, missed some details like the grandma, which by the way, I understand. It could have also just been her grandma. Doesn't matter. I don't think I like this movie. I think that's what the cards say. I didn't really care for this movie. I do think Emily is fantastic in this movie. Aside from that, this is my least favorite family in the history of
Oh my
Hallmark.
gosh, they're awful.
I hate this family.
They're
I hate this family. And I don't know if they're we're trying to be the worst family, but they are the worst family. And so totally took me out of this thing. Just, slow, not a ton happening. They fixed a gazebo. So, not the most exciting thing in the world. It's a Saturday in December, and here we are with this one. So, definitely on the lower end for me. This would be one of the ones that I would not watch again. And so, there we go. Emily's great. Aside from that, not a whole lot going for me.
Yeah, you're both right here. I mean, Emily Osment is giving a great performance here. It is really nuanced and it's wonderful. And she is in a character, like she's deeply invested in a character. But the problem is that this movie is boring. I mean, it's sad because the movie that came out the night before is the same movie, but with 8 Gifts and Hanukkah. Aside from that same movie, childhood best friends and, unrequited love and all of these things. It's the same movie.
Well, there's a big difference, which is other characters are also in love with the girl, and adds a ton to that.
The love, no. That movie is done so much better than this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's crazy boring. It feels like Emily Osment is pouring her soul out, and no one else seems to care to try. The guy who's the lead is just a white noise machine.
Oh my
like
gosh,
I don't like he. I just don't know. I kept waiting. I kept waiting for him to jump out and do something dynamic because I feel like he can
do a dance.
He's a good-looking dude, and I was like, he's gonna end up being very dynamic, and he never was dynamic. He just continued to have his head down and bob around and talk so quietly that you needed the subtitles. And I just, boy, the family's atrocious. They're bad people. There's a horror movie element to this film where they gaslight this poor woman about her wedding for weeks on end. I just had so many problems. And you know what? We get good performances on this network from time to time in bad movies. And that's what this is. It is a good performance in a bad movie, but the bad in this movie outweighs the good. And I'm sorry. It just does. There's only so much you can do, Emily Osment, especially in a role that's designed to be a little softer and meeker and milder. It just goes overlooked in a film that is just destined to be boring. And that's unfortunate.
They do her no favors in this movie. Her performance is so solid for a lead actor. And it's such a shame that they did that because this movie could have been really cute, I think, on some level. But man, no
one's giving what she's giving.
This movie's going to be memorable because of how bad this family is. And I know we'll talk about in the but this is next level.
No, no one's giving what she's giving and I'm not saying everybody else is bad. I'm just saying acting, writing, directing, no one is giving what she's giving. She has, I don't know if she produced this. I don't know what it is because I've seen her in other things and she's just fine. In this,
and not just Hannah Montana.
Not just Hannah Montana. I want to be clear about that. Other roles.
Have you seen an episode?
No, God, no. I'm 38, man. Stop it with your Hannah Montana nonsense.
It was a phenomenon.
I know,
Dan.
And I was an adult.
Right. Doesn't matter though. Phenomenons are phenomenal. Have you listened to BTS?
No, I have listened to BTS. That's true.
BTS is a bop.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's dynamite.
The short version is she has, and I feel like it was a real labor of love for her, and that's unfortunate because all it does is make me go, "Oh, good performance, bad movie, really bad movie." Like, it's definitely not anywhere near a top 15 for me. I mean, not top 10 for sure. Not. I don't know. We've watched 30 now. We watched 30.
This is going to be in the lower half. I misspoke when I said middle.
Yeah, you said middle.
I said middle. As we're talking about it, I think.
No, a movie. So, for instance, like a lot of these, I'm comparing to a movie like Christmas in Harmony, which is bad but entertaining bad.
Right.
Christmas in Harmony continues to kind of like rise above these newer ones because it was entertainingly bad. Like we laughed so hard reviewing that movie, and this movie is not entertaining. Yeah. It's not.
No.
And it had my undivided attention because I watched it on an airplane. And I know that you think that's a joke. It's not. Like
we both did.
There's nothing else to do. Like I'm that's all I'm doing is why I don't have any mobile service. I'm just watching the movie. And so
if you ever want to feel like a flight or a trip isn't long enough, you should watch this movie.
Dude, I'm just telling you right now.
I have this movie in between Christmas at Castle Heart below it and Gingerbread Miracle.
Wow.
above
Christmas in Castle Heart is way worse than this movie.
But I have this movie 26.
You think Christmas at Castle Heart is worse than
Christmas
this
at Castle Heart's a bottom 5 for me.
Yeah.
Christmas at Castle Heart is an absolute disaster start to finish.
This movie's the 6th worst of the year for me.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'll probably have it close to where you have it. Christmas at Castle Heart is way worse than this. That movie's indefensible. That movie's terrible. Just awful, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is bad.
The trees, though. Let's talk about feels. Let's talk about feels.
Okay.
We're talking about the feels. And not just Hannah Montana, for once. Panda?
Yeah. I don't know if I got a lot of feels on this movie. That's probably my biggest complaint is there's when Emily, I go back to just her performance in general. She's just really like her reactions to people, her constantly feeling like she's been pushed to the side and that she is deferring her dream. Like all of that's really powerful. I think, let me say this, the feel I got in this movie is a little bit more, I think, deep, I guess, than I would normally do. And it's a little bit less superficial. So when she has this fear of her dad and dying essentially and not going on the trip, like I think I feel that on some level, like worrying about my own parents, not wanting to like go too far away because I'm concerned about my own parents' health or something like that. That is a very deep issue that Hallmark is tackling there on a psychological level that they normally don't tackle. In my opinion, they either go for like the darkest of the dark, really heavy death, or they're dealing with something really superficial. This is a very interesting one that I think a lot of people wrestle with. Is like, man, I'm concerned about my parents, and especially when there's been a health scare. Should I travel? Should I not? Like those kind of things. So I felt that, and I think I resonated a little bit with that storyline more, and that gave me feels. Just I really appreciated that they did that, and I thought she did a really good job bringing that out. So that I don't have a specific concrete one. I think that was probably the biggest feel I got from the movie.
I love cute stores. So I did like her store. I thought her store was very cute. And I will just say this, that store for me is like the best of both worlds. You can get the stuff and you don't have to go there.
I mean, come on.
That's kind of my dream. Like I want stuff from places because I think like they tell stories and stuff, but I don't really want to travel that badly. I will say this: if I could teleport somewhere, I would do that. It's and just be able to get there and then come back to my bed.
Yeah,
that'd be key for me. That's why I'm not a huge travel guy. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
But if I could bop over to Paris or someone and then come straight back.
I saw Bop over to Paris live.
Oh my gosh.
It's if once you see him.
A lot of like strobe.
Yeah.
Though, and that's
a lot of strobe. You had to sign a ton of waivers going into that place.
Ton of waivers.
Which is wild. Yeah. I searched my heart, found nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like I take that back. I was completely underwhelmed by the end of this movie, which I felt like could have done something to save it. Like, I feel like some really great gestures could have saved this movie by both our male lead and by the family. And instead we get, here's our skyline miles and here's a cake and a gazebo.
But that checks out with this family.
And I couldn't have been more like, for someone who's been kind of like pushed to the side her whole life and her birthday's been less important and what she wants has been less important. They never really change that. They don't do anything to like show that to her. I don't know. It just
Her
did.
family's not great. No.
It just was not good.
There's a serious argument going on right now about what's better, Hannah Montana or Wizards at Waverly Place. And
You never really landed it.
Wizards is better.
Wizards
for me,
is better.
And Phil of the Future is better than both.
Wow. Okay.
Wizards is better just because Selena Gomez is a better actor.
Oh gosh, way better.
Light years better than Miley Cyrus. Sorry.
You say that though. You didn't see Selena on Disney Channel.
No, I just know that because she's still like acting now.
Yeah.
And she's in Only Murders in the Building and other things. She's
Yes.
actually a good actress.
She is.
Yeah.
And she's not bad. All Disney shows have a cap or a
Phil
ceiling.
of the Future does not. Phil of the Future is great.
It has
Holds
no
up.
caps, is what you're saying.
No cap.
Wow.
The show's great.
I've never seen Phil of the Future.
His whole family's from the future. He goes to high school. It's great. Guys, I mean, I know we keep saying like we are helping you Christmas shop on the show.
I mean, that's all we do.
It's just
We're
what
doing
we
the
do.
work for you.
Because I know it's tough out there. It doesn't have to be. Skylight Frame is the perfect gift.
Oh my gosh. Revolutionary gift.
I try to give a Skylight Frame to someone every year.
No kidding.
Like, because it's just no one's going to be upset about this.
Mm-mm.
A picture frame that allows you to constantly send pictures so that
Yep.
frame stays
It's a gift that will
updated.
be
It is
used
a
for
great
years.
gift.
I
Come on.
and we have a Skylight Frame in my house, and my son likes because he can scroll like you could do on your phone.
Classic.
And he just kind of goes through and he's like, hey, that's me. Hey, that's guy. Like, he loves seeing the pictures and scrolling through them. And so you can't do that with a regular picture frame. You try to scroll through a regular picture frame, you're going to look like a dummy. You
Yeah.
don't look like a dummy.
You don't want to look
Don't
like
look
a
like
dummy.
a Don't look like a dummy. It's super easy. It is so easy to set up. It only takes, you can get it set up for under 60 seconds. Just plug that sucker in, use the touchscreen to connect to your wireless network, and boom, you're good. It has a gorgeous 10-inch touchscreen. You can swipe through photos with your finger and even tap to thank the person who sent the picture. That's right. You can give out the email that's connected to it to anybody you want to send pictures to your frame.
Come on.
Your whole family can be sending you updated pictures. It's fantastic. We use it all the time in my house. Big fan. And here's the thing. To give you a special offer, you can get $10 off the purchase of Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter the code DECK. $10 off with Skylight Frame, skylightframe.com, code DECK. Skylight, SKYLIGHT, frame.com. Promo code DECK. $10 off. And you guys know how much I love that Screwball peanut butter whiskey, baby.
I mean,
Yes, you
come
do.
on.
I got home late last night and I woke up this morning and I said, you know what I missed? My children, my wife, my Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
I thought you were going to pour you one.
No, I would never do that.
I was worried.
We say drink responsibly, and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's
I don't
right.
do that.
No,
I don't
no,
do
no.
about that.
Of course.
And you can get Screwball wherever you buy drinks. And so go pick some up. It's going to be the perfect addition to your holiday season. Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Please drink responsibly. We're back, everybody. We are talking about the Bridesmaid movie, not
A
the
very Merry
one,
Bridesmaid.
not the one that
Not
you might think of.
Bridesmaids.
Not Bridesmaids.
No.
This is Very Merry Bridesmaids. A little bit different. Let's get to the Wait What's. Panda?
The breaker box blows in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, she's walking up the steps, it blows, and within 2 seconds, my man Drew comes out with a full scarf on, flashlight. I mean, it has it's been
Lightning.
It is lightning. That
Lightning.
guy is prepared for that
Yeah, he
breaker
is.
box blowing.
He's ready to go.
He's ready to go.
Breaker box blowing is a tough
That is a
list.
tough one. And I
Breaker
went with
box
it.
You,
blowing.
you started breaker blocks. Is how you
I
started.
said I did.
Breaker
Uh,
blocks blowing.
Breaker box
I
blowing.
did back myself into a corner with that one, and I regret that. We got to talk about her brother Paul.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
a doofus.
Yeah, they're all
like,
doofuses.
but he is next level for a character. On multiple occasions, let's just go ahead and list several of the things. First of all, buys her childhood home without a discussion, which in and of itself, okay, that's a
Fine.
bold move. It's a little bold, but
Yeah.
then decides to go and move the wedding without talking
Yeah.
to anyone about it. That's stupid. Even her family is like, yeah, that's dumb, Paul. But Paul's like, you know what? No, we're going to do it, proving that he's a doofus.
That's right.
But then on top of everything else, Paul is giving directions, the same directions, mind you, to multiple people. He tells 2 different people to pick up flowers,
Yeah.
the same flowers.
I thought that was kind of he's trying to get them together.
That's a stupid move because
that
they could
was
both go and buy a lot of flowers and then both, I mean, you're out a lot of money.
Clearly, money's no object to this family. I do want to be clear.
The
there.
money is
No
ridiculous.
object.
They spend money. They are they're just talking, oh, we're going to go retire.
Yeah. Is it Portugal or Hawaii?
No, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Let's
whatever. I could just give more, but the last one I'm going to say is
they're rolling one die
one
on Portugal or Hawaii. Interesting.
If it's
what
one
number?
1 to 3.
Odds. Portugal, evens Hawaii.
I love that game.
No, I love it.
No, that's a good idea. The repair of the gazebo. They are hammering the side of the gazebo for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss as to what they're doing with that. But here's the grand finale and all that. For the wedding, they don't even use the gazebo.
It's true.
Right?
They take pictures at the gazebo, I think, but they don't ever use it.
They
for
never
anything
use it
else.
for the ceremony. Like,
No.
that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. Don't understand that.
Don't understand it.
I have a few. If you guys will bear me the time,
I'll bear you the time.
Listen, I don't trust airlines with anything.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's Spirit. I trust them with everything.
I do not check bags unless I have to. I will stuff my backpack until I can't physically do it anymore. So to check a wedding dress is a bold move. You could bring that wedding dress on the plane with you and they will hang it up in the airplane for you.
Yes.
That was
No way.
such a
No
move.
way.
There's, I don't know. Maybe there's some women out there that have checked their dresses. They've trusted the airline and it's worked out great. I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't do that with my tux. The wedding dress is the most like important part of the ceremony. Almost like you got the wedding dress. It's the thing.
The thing.
You do not trust an airline with that,
Mm-mm.
right?
No.
Am I wrong?
There's
No, you're
no
not.
worlds where I would
no world.
put anything that valuable into checked.
I don't trust them with pencils.
No. Pencils.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I would probably trust them.
I wouldn't.
Wow. Spirit
Trust no
Airlines?
one.
Even Spirit?
Oh,
Spirit
Spirit,
I
I'll
would.
trust.
Yeah,
above
there you
and
go.
beyond.
No, you
I
guys
would
get it.
ship my life in that.
That's right. That's right.
How would you do it?
I haven't thought it through yet, but I would.
But you
My
would.
life's now or never.
At one point they say to brother, you just had to do a December wedding. And okay, sure. But here's the thing. It is not a December 24th wedding is no longer just a December wedding. It is not
No.
you don't say that.
You have put everyone out.
No, you say you just had to do a Christmas Eve
That's
wedding.
right.
Yeah.
It is not just another day in December. It blows my mind the amount of weddings in the Hallmark universe that take place on Christmas Eve and that people are willing to go to.
This is, it is absurd. Like when you tell your friends, I'm getting married, I want you to come, and it's in December, that's brand. That's what brand does. And we're like, great, we'll be there. December, 13th, I believe? What is it? Whatever it is.
Yeah, the 15th.
15th. Yeah. Great. 10 days before Christmas.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Close,
You're
but
within the window.
whatever.
Like we literally we invited more people than we could physically fit because we knew that people wouldn't come
That's
because
right.
it's Christmas
That's
and we
right.
wanted the gifts.
You say, wow, bold. You say
Well, you got the gifts, but we didn't get invited to the bachelor party, so
And
I
that's
just want to
something
point that
we'll-
out. That's
we'll
really good.
Maybe forget eventually. You say, hey, wedding Christmas Eve.
Bold.
You're basically just saying, hey, screw you and all your traditions.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, hey, guess what? If you really think you're my friend, then all of the traditions you've been practicing for years and years just don't matter.
And
It's
I just want to
bold.
say
It's
this.
a nighttime Christmas.
Yes.
That's
No, no,
even worse.
It is
Yeah.
this is another one. It is a nighttime Christmas Eve wedding with the reception is out on a porch while it snows with not a heater in sight.
Nope,
In, I
not-
believe, Chicago.
Thank you for coming.
Hope you
Hope
freeze
you
your tail
freeze
off.
and die and don't see Christmas Day.
Shimmin' Christmas.
This family is the worst
They're the worst
family.
family. They're the worst family.
Has anyone? I was trying to wrap my mind around this. Has anyone handled a kiss in the Hallmark world worse than Drew did? So they kiss under the mistletoe.
It's a great kiss.
She's
great
she
kiss.
like is like doesn't know how to respond, and he just stares at her, and she's like, "That was a mistake. I gotta go." And he just says, "Don't go,"
Then walks away.
and then doesn't do anything. He says, "Hey,
Come on.
wait,
Come on. Get back here.
All right,
Wait.
well, I did the best I could."
No, I do want to kiss you.
It's the worst handled
worst.
kiss, right?
Yes.
It's a pretty
It's bad.
badly handled kiss. And I just want to say this: we talked about how bad this family is, and this family is bad.
They're terrible.
They do not care about this poor girl's birthday. But I do think the correct response to help her feel loved on her birthday is somewhere in between, nothing, which they do, and what they end up doing, which is to do this weird thing at a wedding.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
I would feel so uncomfortable. Please, if I am at a wedding on my birthday, don't carve out part of your wedding for me. It feels like, oh, we had to do something type thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you could have done things throughout the week leading up to it to celebrate her birthday.
Yes.
She understands. Like,
Yes.
yes, there's a wedding on my birthday. She just wanted somebody to do something for her leading up to it.
And then
that was such.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just couldn't, like, that was such a weird and not, like, didn't feel very loving even when it was happening.
To have a grand gesture like that and then for it to be airline miles.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like,
can you even do that?
I don't.
Can-
you can.
Can we just
You
all
can.
throw airline miles in the
my
bag?
uncle has more Marriott points than,
And you can just gift them?
and he has on several occasions gotten me hotels around the country when my wife and I have traveled. This was pre-COVID. Like, we went to Chicago to stay for the weekend.
But he book it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
He-
Because
but-
this made it sound like, hey, here's a gift card with all of her miles on it.
Yeah,
type
I guess
thing.
they would still have to book it for her.
Yeah,
but
okay.
It
That's
is
fair.
weird. It seems like charity at that point. It doesn't seem like a gift.
It
It
was
seems
bad.
like patronizing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Can we talk about two parents that are thrilled to leave and retire in a foreign country the minute that their eldest son and wife move to town? Can you imagine? Now, your parents moved here. When you guys settled
Yes.
down here, your parents moved
My
here.
parents
They
are
did.
moving here.
Yep.
Your parents are moving here. Grandkids, well, the whole bit. Can you imagine you moving into the town where your parents are with your wife and probably kids coming soon, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to Portugal." Like,
Adios.
that is those people, special
Brutal.
place for those people.
This is my one of my what the Hallmark, so I'll just say it now. I am fairly certain that the only reason the dad had the conversation with her about, hey, you should get back out there and travel, is because they
Yes.
wanted to, like, hey,
Yes.
now
Do
we
that.
can feel
Yes.
good about this.
That's right.
Like that, it was such an odd thing to do.
It's
Terrible.
horrible, dude.
Now
terrible.
the night that the wedding night, now we can.
Yeah.
We got her going to Peru.
Now it's time to leave.
This guy's
our
finally
family in the
married.
lurch. Now it's the time. We can talk about the gazebo a little bit more. Why are they hammering it? Have no idea. Why didn't they use it for the wedding? Have no idea.
Yep.
But can we talk about painting in the snow real quick?
Sure.
I don't know if you know this. Snow is water. It's water. It is a form of precipitation.
Yes.
You cannot paint an outdoor structure while water falls on it. It is not going to dry. It's not going to dry. You can't do it.
Does not work.
You're painting in the snow. That is not, no. That is someone who is not, I know that. You can't do that. What are you doing? The mom in this movie, when she finds out that son's trying to change the
Maybe
wedding.
that's why they didn't use it in the wedding.
Yeah.
They came out and
it's
like,
not
this is like,
drying.
oh, no,
There's
it's
a
so
mess.
wet.
It's almost like the snow's turning to water. You see that
Son of a gun.
coming? It's cold and whatnot. I didn't know it was going to be water.
No one told me. I would have planned.
I would have planned better. I'd have gotten that quick drying paint.
Yeah.
Mom, when the son decides he's going to thank you, when the son decides he's going to change the wedding, the mom says this line: weddings are like giant ships in the middle of the ocean going in one single direction. What? I think she's trying to say that once the wedding plans are in motion, you can't change them.
It's not easy to change them,
But-
like turning a warship or something.
But you can't, like, that's why he's asking for your help. That's the whole point,
Right.
Mom, is I need your help to do this. Why give this bad maritime analogy?
Yeah.
It's not the time for it, Mom.
And again, I know, Doofus, this is it's not a great idea.
Oh.
But those parents just,
They don't help him.
they could
They
not
don't.
be less.
You know what they do? No. They do a great job of lying to this bride to be making her think that she's going crazy. Yeah. Now, I want to paint the picture for you. This girl, they say she's a type A personality multiple times. And then they somehow they convince you that she has not gone around to call the places.
Unbelievable.
Just because the people go, we've already done it. Okay, if you're type A, I know a lot of type A's. If you're type A, and your wedding is coming up, you're calling those places. Yep. If your fiance says, already did it, you're doing it anyway, because that's who you are as a person. The idea that this whole family is collectively lying to her and smiling like they're all Stepford wives is absurd, and that may be the meanest thing they do all movie, which is impressive because they do some mean stuff.
Yep.
And then lastly, I had a question about this carriage ride scenario. He takes her for a carriage ride, and they're all standing in line like it is a roller coaster ride. And the best I can figure, there is one carriage, one horse, and they take them on a 2-minute ride.
Yeah.
And bring them back.
It's like the Santa's car sleigh downtown Greenville. You just kind of line up and you wait for them to get back.
It is the lamest setup I've ever seen. They're all waiting in line, and the reason they're willing to do that is because it's a 2-minute carriage ride.
Right.
Well, we can't do any of the romantic things you do on a carriage ride if it only lasts 2 minutes. That's a bad birthday gift. It's a bad birthday surprise. Just bad.
In defense of this one made sense to me because when me and my wife were dating, I took her on one of these very quick carriage rides as well that was being hosted at the Billy Graham Museum in North Carolina.
I know it well.
You are a romantic.
I know. We hopped in. It was during Christmas time. They decorated.
How great is that chapel though up there?
Come on,
it's beautiful. It is a legitimately beautiful place, and around Christmas they really do decorate really well. But they had, I think, but in defense of that, they had 2 carriages going, but still really short ride. It was like maybe 3 to 4 minutes long.
But 2 carriages makes more sense.
Makes more sense.
This last horse is like
last call for carriages.
This poor horse though is like, all right, same loop. Here we go. We'll do it again.
He doesn't get bored though.
No,
he has a lot on his mind.
A lot on his mind.
We have that horse on the line.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Dave.
Dave, how are you, buddy?
Dave the horse. In case you were confused.
Yeah, I was not.
Some people say you're a horse, right? And I'm like, nay. And I'm just kidding. I am a horse. I like to tell quick-witted like puns like that. I'm pretty punny.
All right, give me one more horse pun.
What does my mom say when she walks in a room?
What's that?
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Dave out.
Love that horse.
That Bobby, she's funny.
She's funny.
Hey.
Yeah.
She's fun. I want to know her. Yeah, it's time for What the Hallmark Inspired Show. We talk about what the things that we want to know. Panda.
Dave's
it's hard once Dave gets in here. It's just tough.
I have a question about Roger, the guy who wants to buy the parents' house.
Yeah.
Roger comes
He's
on
a
in.
weirdo.
And he is enamored by this fake Christmas tree. He goes up to the tree and he goes, "Oh, it looks so real." And then he wants to buy the house, but on the condition that they pitch in the Christmas tree. And I just want to know more about Roger. Has anyone been this captivated by a less than 6-foot Christmas tree ever? I want to know, has Roger ever seen a Christmas tree, an artificial Christmas tree? I just have to know more about Roger in general because he is a fascinating, really strange guy who's buying this house, like really next level odd.
Yeah, I'm worried that he's going to end up on Dateline somewhere.
Yes, he is.
Does he have did he hide some money in that tree somewhere? Like at some point, like maybe he worked at a Walmart and he somehow put it in there and
it's just
got bought
wild.
Up.
Like he looks at it, he goes, "It looks so real." Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. Like, he's nuts.
Mine's the parents retiring and just whether or not it's a thing. So I will say this. I want to know, has anyone out there gone to a Christmas Eve night wedding for someone that wasn't in your family,
No kidding.
please
There's no way.
email me, brandon@thehallmark.com. I want to hear your story. I want to. This is
Yeah.
serious. I want to
I would
hear
love
this
to hear that
story,
story for
because
sure.
this happens on the regular on Hallmark, and I just don't think it's real. I know people get married on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve morning, it would still be definitely an ask. But it's a little bit.
That's
It's a
lot.
little
That's
bit
a
more
lot.
belief. It's a
For
little
me
bit
to
more
do
belief.
something on Christmas
Absolutely.
Eve.
But Christmas Eve night is just
Just no way.
no way, Jose.
No way.
No.
We've talked about this. We've sat over there watching a movie, and you're like, none of us would go to the other one's wedding, and we are the best of friends.
Yes.
None of us would attend the other one's wedding on Christmas Eve night.
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't do it. Sorry. Love you.
Well, if I
Wouldn't
was
do it.
having a real rager, though.
Like a bachelor party that I was invited to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
That would have been great.
We said we said no to national TV appearance on
We
Christmas Eve
legit
this year.
said no to a national TV on Christmas Eve. That is who we are.
Mm-mm.
Just
We
don't
make no
do it.
apologies.
You don't
I'm
do
sorry.
it.
I'm
And
sorry.
Who are you? Brandon@thehallmark.com. I want to meet you.
Who are you? I know that weddings cost a lot of money. And I know that people spend an extravagant amount of money, and they spend more money on weddings than I'll ever have. But this wedding in particular had to cost a fortune. And I just need to know some details and I want to get this straight. This woman flew to England 3 times for fittings for her wedding gown.
And then she checked it.
And then, all right, yeah. So first of all, she spent, I would say, lowballing, because she's flying first class.
Yes.
Lowballing $5,000 on plane tickets just to make sure the dress fit right. How much did that dress cost?
I get the impression it was a significant.
Like
amount of money.
it's 6 figures, maybe 7 figures. I mean, that dress is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Probably.
If you're doing 3 fittings across the Atlantic Ocean by a designer that everyone in the designing world knows, that dress has got to be in the 6 figures.
Yes.
This is absurd.
And you checked it.
And you checked it, not with Spirit Airlines, and that's your problem. If Spirit tried to fly across the Atlantic,
such a Delta
it
move.
would just, dude. Can you imagine Spirit going to cross Atlantic flight?
Guys, we're about to take off here, and I just want to let you know we're going to do the best that we can, the best we can.
We waited for the wind to be in our favor.
Yes.
May the wind be at our backs. May the Holy Spirit be with our airline as we continue.
Because we've done the quick math.
Everyone,
If you begin to cramp in those overcrowded seats, I am sorry. Enjoy that in-flight entertainment in the seat screen in front. Oh no, what?
No, we
don't have the screen. Oh no, we'll be by with the complimentary.
No.
Oh no, I am sorry. If you would like some alcohol, it is now $50 per alcohol. Supply and demand. While we're still here.
Again, we are going to do the best we can. Is a 50.
we hope we make it.
I have heard there are a few islands in between here and there. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Bermuda,
Bahama.
Jamaica.
Come on, pretty mama. Let's all sing the Beach Boys, shall we? And get a Spirit credit card while you're at it.
That's right.
The points are unbelievable.
Who would do that? I don't know.
Someone that paid $6 for this cross-Atlantic flight.
Yes. I have a Spirit
Man,
credit card.
Yeah,
yes, you do.
I remember
Yes,
your
you do.
exuberance.
Oh man, you were like,
signing
you
up.
got sold hard on that, and we loved every second.
We
of
were
it.
what? It was wild.
Great.
True story, guys, about that.
I can't
Oh
wait.
no.
I cannot figure out where my points are.
You've not used them?
And not only that,
Oh my.
Spirit doesn't know either.
What?
There are just points out there
In
somewhere.
the ether.
Yeah.
Man.
It's
No.
it's a real thing. Yes.
Have you tried to get
On
'em?
my credit card, it says Spirit flyer number and then just nothing. It's just blank.
Boy.
And I'm like, can I give you like my credit card? And they're like, no, that won't pull it up. It's been a thing. And I just let it go. And then I come back to it.
I
and
think they're doing it on purpose. They're trying not to give away any free flights.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
points out there somewhere.
Wow.
All been there.
We did it.
We did, everybody. We're going to be back tomorrow with another, with a Lifetime movie. Excited about that.
Mhm.
That's another Who's That Guy? Who's that guy?
It's Haley Duff.
No.
Oh, Jake Epstein. It's
Jake
another Epstein joint.
It's an Epstein joint.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's a big month, a big week for Epstein. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.